Welcome back to our BS Coins world where we uncover hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we're diving into a very specific coin, the 1985 D Lincoln penny. What's so special about it? Well, this penny could be worth up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1 million for a single penny. We're about to show you what to look for, why it's valuable, and how you can tell if your 1985 D penny could be one of the rare and coveted ones. So, grab any spare change because you might just be holding a fortune in your hand. First, let's talk a little about the 1985 D Lincoln penny itself. The D mint mark means this penny was minted in Denver. In 1985, millions of pennies were produced at this mint, and most of them are only worth their face value of 1 cent. But a few of these pennies are very unique due to a variety of factors that make collectors go crazy for them. And as we know, rarity and condition are two of the biggest factors in determining a coin's valued SO. What makes some of these 1985 D pennies worth up to $1 million? First and foremost, condition is everything. If you have a 1985 D Lincoln penny that's in near-perfect condition, often graded as mint state, it could be extremely valuable. A mint state coin is one that shows virtually no wear or damage. This level of preservation is very hard to find, especially in a coin that has been around for decades. Most pennies show signs of wear from circulation, but the ones that have been preserved carefully can be worth much more to collectors. Now, if your penny is in mint state, you're already on the right track, but there's another feature that could make it even more valuable. Some 1985 D Lincoln pennies have unique errors. Coin errors are highly collectible, and sometimes these errors make a coin one of a kind. For example, a penny might have doubling, where certain parts of the design appear doubled because of a misalignment in the minting process. Look closely at areas like the date, the word liberty, or the phrase "in God we trust." If you see any doubling in these areas, you could have an extremely rare error coin on your hands. Another type of error to look for is a die crack. This happens when a flaw in the die that stamped the coin leaves a small crack or line on the penny. These cracks can appear in various locations on the coin, such as near Lincoln's portrait or along the edges. Even though it might seem like damage, die cracks are actually considered valuable by collectors because they make the coin unique. The 1985 D Lincoln penny with noticeable die cracks could be worth much more than face value, especially if it's in great condition. So, we've talked about the value of high-grade mint state pennies and the types of errors that could increase the value. But what should you do if you think you've found one of these valuable 1985 D pennies? First, you'll want to verify the coin's authenticity and condition. It's a good idea to have the coin professionally graded by a reputable grading service, like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These organizations examine the coin's condition under magnification and assign it a grade. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. And if they confirm an error, your penny could be worth even more. Once you have your coin graded, you might want to consider selling it to a collector or at an auction. Coins like these have sold for impressive amounts at auction houses, and you could walk away with far more than you might expect. Some collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a rare error or a high-grade 1985 D penny. So having it professionally graded and certified can be a game changer. Let's go over a quick checklist to see if your 1985 D Lincoln penny could be worth a fortune. First, does it have the D mint mark? Second, is the coin in mint state condition with minimal wear? And third, does it show any signs of errors, such as doubling or die cracks? If you answered yes to all these, you might just be looking at $1 million penny. Imagine finding a penny that's worth more than some people's homes. It's incredible to think that something so small could be so valuable, but that's the magic of coin collecting. So, next time you're digging through your spare change, take a closer look at those 1985 D pennies. You never know, you might just be holding a hidden treasure. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about other coins that could be worth a fortune, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We're diving into the fascinating world of Lincoln pennies once again, focusing on one very specific coin that's taken the coin collecting community by storm. The 1997 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark. Why? Because this coin, yes, this 1 cent piece, has recently been valued at over $1.1 million. That's right. A penny that's potentially worth over $1 million. If you have one of these in your collection or even tucked away in an old jar of loose change, you could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Let's take a closer look at why this particular penny is so special and what makes it worth so much money. Now, you might be wondering, what's so unique about a 1997 D Lincoln penny? After all, millions of these pennies were produced in Denver, hence the D mint mark. To most people, it's just another coin you'd find lying around. But to collectors, it's something truly extraordinary. To understand the value of this coin, let's talk a bit about its background. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, when it first appeared with the wheat reverse design. Over the years, the design and materials have changed, yet the Lincoln penny remains iconic. The 1997 D penny is part of the more modern Lincoln Memorial series, featuring the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. However, what makes certain 1997 D pennies valuable isn't just about the design itself, but a combination of rarity, condition, and demand. So, why exactly is the 1997 D Lincoln penny worth such a jaw-dropping amount? First and foremost, we're looking at rarity. While millions of these coins were produced, only a small fraction possess the unique characteristics that drive their value into the million-dollar range. In coin collecting, rarity isn't always about how few were made, but rather about how few exist today in pristine condition or with notable errors. For the 1997 D penny, collectors are on the lookout for specific mint errors that make the coin unique. Some of the rarest examples may feature doubling errors, where parts of the design appear doubled due to misalignment during the minting process. There may also be instances of die cracks, where the die used to strike the coin develop cracks, leaving small raised lines or marks on the coin surface. Coins with these rare features become highly desirable to collectors, adding exponentially to their value. Next up is condition. This is where the grading system comes into play. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by professional grading services, with 70 representing a flawless coin in perfect, mint state condition. A 1997 D Lincoln penny that's graded close to 70 is incredibly rare because most pennies, especially those that have been circulated, show signs of wear and tear. Every scratch, nick, or bit of discoloration can reduce the coin's value. If you've got a 1997 D penny in uncirculated or mint state condition, meaning it looks almost as fresh as the day it was minted, then you're potentially holding on to a much more valuable coin. Coins that have been professionally graded and encapsulated, especially those in high-grade conditions, are the ones that have sold for these high prices, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for them. Finally, there's demand. The coin market, like any other, is driven by what people are willing to pay. Coins with interesting histories, unique errors, or unusually high grades tend to generate significant interest among collectors. The 1997 D Lincoln penny has become one of those coins, partly because of its scarcity in such high-grade conditions with unique errors, and partly because collectors are increasingly interested in modern coins. More people are realizing that modern pennies can hold significant value, and they're willing to pay top dollar for rare, high-quality examples. And when demand goes up, so does the value. So the combination of rarity, high-grade condition, and collector demand are all factors that have turned this seemingly ordinary penny into a million-dollar coin. Now, you might be asking, how do I know if I have one of these rare 1997 D pennies? Well, first, you'll want to check for the D mint mark, which will be located just under the year on the obverse or head side of the coin. Once you've confirmed the mint mark, take a close look at the details. Under magnification, check for any signs of doubling, especially around the date and letters, as well as any unusual lines or raised areas that could indicate die cracks. If you believe you have a coin that could be valuable, it's a good idea to take it to a professional coin grader. These experts can assess the coin's condition, look for any rare errors, and assign a grade, giving you a much clearer idea of its potential worth. We're diving into an incredible coin story that might just leave you speechless. We're talking about the 2001 D Lincoln penny, a coin you probably wouldn't think twice about if you found it in your pocket change. But, surprisingly, this penny could be worth up to $1.2 million. That's right. A simple penny from 2001, with a Denver mint mark, could hold a small fortune. So, what makes this penny so special and so valuable? Its rarity, errors, or unique characteristics, and, of course, the interest from collectors. First, let's talk about rarity. In general, 2001 D Lincoln pennies aren't rare, as millions were minted and circulated. But there are certain pennies from this year and mint that are unique due to errors or exceptional condition. One thing collectors look for is a penny that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, something called MS or mint state. An MS-grade coin means it's almost flawless, with no noticeable wear or scratches. Such coins are hard to find, especially in circulated pennies from 2001, which makes them valuable when they are discovered. But it's not just about condition. Sometimes, mint errors can occur, adding even more to a coin's value. Some of these 2001 D pennies have unique errors that happened during the minting process, like double strikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks. These mistakes are what collectors call mint errors, and they make each coin unique, raising their value significantly. Double dies, for example, are when parts of the image, like Lincoln's face or the date, appear doubled. This type of error is highly sought after, and if your 2001 D penny has a clear double die or another visible error, its value could skyrocket. Next, let's talk about demand. The coin collecting community is always interested in rare and unusual coins, especially Lincoln pennies. There's a strong market for error coins, particularly when they're scarce or unique. Collectors are willing to pay high prices for rare finds to complete their collections. The Lincoln penny has a long and storied history, with people collecting these coins for years. The interest in 2001 D pennies has grown as more collectors look for the rarest and most valuable coins out there. You might wonder, how does a penny get to be worth $1.2 million? This kind of value is usually reserved for coins in nearly perfect condition that also have significant mint errors or unique features. Auction sales have shown that some Lincoln pennies with rare errors can fetch incredible prices, especially when they're authenticated and graded by professionals. Getting your coin graded by a reputable company like PCGS or NGC can help determine its true value. Once graded, you'll have a much better idea of its worth in the market. Now, if you think you might have a valuable 2001 D Lincoln penny, here are a few steps to take. First, examine it closely. Look for any obvious errors like doubling on the date or letters, off-center strikes, or unusual marks. Use a magnifying glass if you need to. If you spot something unusual, consider having it professionally appraised. Professional grading services can give you a certified grade that tells you exactly what condition your coin is in. This can make it much easier to sell, and it can also increase your coin's value, as collectors trust professionally graded coins. Remember, finding a valuable coin is like finding a needle in a haystack. Most 2001 D Lincoln pennies won't be worth more than face value, but those rare few that are in perfect condition or have unique errors could make you a small fortune. So don't overlook your pocket change. You never know if you might have a valuable piece of history right in your hands. That wraps up today's video on the 2001 D Lincoln penny, potentially worth up to $1.2 million. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins that could be hiding in your pocket change, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next video. We're diving into the incredible story of the 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that might look ordinary but could be worth up to a staggering $1.3 million. If you're into coin collecting or just curious about what could be in your spare change, this is one video you don't want to miss. Make sure to watch all the way through to learn how to spot one of these valuable pennies and see if you might have one in your own collection. The 1987 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that most people wouldn't give a second thought to. It's a classic design featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front side, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. For a long time, people thought these pennies were nothing special, and they were produced in large quantities by the U.S. Mint. However, certain rare variations and errors make this coin highly sought after by collectors, especially the 1987 no-mint mark version, which can be worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. So you might be wondering, what does no-mint mark even mean, and why does it make a coin more valuable? Mint marks indicate the location where a coin was made. Typically, U.S. coins carry a mint mark like D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or P for Philadelphia. However, when a coin is missing this mark, it means it has an error or variation that makes it more unique. A no-mint mark penny could have been produced by accident or could represent a rare series, which increases its appeal to collectors. Now, let's get to the exciting part: why this penny is worth $1.3 million. This particular coin is valuable because it's rare and has become the focus of collectors worldwide. Pennies with errors are more common in some years than others, and for the 1987 penny, the no-mint mark version was an unexpected rarity. When a coin like this is found in pristine condition, what we call MS-67 or MS-68, meaning it's almost perfect, it can fetch astronomical prices at auction. In recent years, examples of the 1987 no-mint mark penny have reached values over $1 million. Especially if they're in top-notch condition, here's how you can identify one of these valuable pennies. First, look closely at the coin to see if it has any mint mark below the date. If you see a D or S, then it's from Denver or San Francisco, and it's not the no-mint mark variety we're talking about. However, if there's no mint mark at all, you might have the rare version on your hands. Check the coin's condition. Is it shiny, with minimal scratches or wear? The better its condition, the higher its potential value. To really understand the condition, you might consider having it graded by a professional coin grading service, which can certify its authenticity and grade, making it easier to sell for a high price if it's valuable. If you believe you have a valuable 1987 no-mint mark penny, the next step is to have it graded. Coin grading services like PCGS or NGC will inspect your coin and give it a grade. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin can be. Coins graded in mint state or MS condition generally have the highest values, as they show no signs of wear and maintain their original luster. A coin graded MS68, for example, is likely to attract top dollar from serious collectors. Once it's graded, you can consider selling it at an auction where competitive bidding can drive up the price, or selling directly to a coin dealer or private collector. When it comes to million-dollar pennies like the 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln, auctions are often where they make headlines. Rare coin auctions attract collectors willing to pay huge sums for unique and pristine coins. In the past, Lincoln pennies with specific mint errors or high grades have sold for over $1 million at these events. The thrill of owning something unique drives prices up, and if your coin is one of the rare few in excellent condition, you could be looking at a significant payday. So, before you toss your spare change into a jar or pay with it, take a closer look, especially at your pennies. You never know what kind of rare treasure might be in your hands. If you find a 1987 penny with no mint mark, hold on to it and consider getting it appraised. The coin market can be full of surprises, and what looks like a simple penny could be worth a small fortune. We're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins and highlighting one of the most sought-after coins that could potentially be hiding in your pocket or collection. The 1970 D Lincoln penny with the D mint mark. This coin has created a buzz in the collector's market due to its unique features, scarcity, and an unbelievable price tag, one that could reach up to $1.4 million in perfect condition. Let's break down what makes this coin so valuable, how to identify it, and what factors contribute to its skyrocketing worth. Starting with the basics, the 1970 D penny was minted in Denver, Colorado, as indicated by the small D mint mark below the date on the obverse or front side of the coin. Although this might seem like just another penny at first glance, a closer look reveals why this particular year and mint mark combination has become so valuable. The 1970 D penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which replaced the previous wheat penny design in 1959. What sets this penny apart is a unique combination of characteristics that collectors consider rare, starting with minting errors. Many 1970 D pennies have minor to significant minting errors that occurred during the production process. These errors may include things like double dies, off-center strikes, or excessive wear from worn-out dies used during production. These errors can drastically increase the coin's value. In fact, collectors often actively seek out coins with these imperfections, as they're seen as unique flaws that enhance rarity and desirability. One of the most famous varieties is the 1970 D double die obverse, where the details on the front of the coin, including the date and Lincoln's profile, appear slightly doubled. When collectors spot this doubling effect, they immediately know they have something rare. Not all 1970 D pennies have these doubling features, which adds to their scarcity and value. The fewer of these coins in circulation, the more valuable each one becomes. Next, let's talk about the coin's condition. In the world of coin collecting, the condition of a coin is everything, and the 1970 D penny is no exception. Grading companies such as the Professional Coin Grading Service or PCGS and the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or NGC provide grades to coins based on wear, clarity, and overall preservation. For this penny, the highest grade possible is mint state or MS70, a grade that essentially means the coin is in flawless, untouched condition. Coins in this pristine condition can fetch jaw-dropping prices because they're rare, especially when they're over 50 years old like this one. Most 1970 D pennies in circulation have experienced some degree of wear, so finding one in near-perfect condition can make it worth an incredible amount of money. In addition to errors and condition, The metal composition of this coin is also important. The 1970 D penny is made of a mostly copper alloy, with 95% copper and 5% zinc. As copper prices rise, collectors and investors find additional value in older copper pennies like the 1970 D, especially considering that modern pennies are now made mostly of zinc. Some investors view copper coins as valuable commodities, adding a unique layer of value to these collectible pennies. Finally, historical significance and nostalgia also play roles in the value of the 1970 D penny. The year 1970 was a time of cultural change and economic shifts in the United States. Many people who were young in the 1970s are now coin collectors or investors who are willing to pay a premium to own a piece of their past, creating increased demand for coins from this era. The Lincoln penny, in particular, holds a special place in American history, as it celebrates one of the country's most beloved presidents. So, how can you tell if your 1970 D penny might be worth up to $1.4 million? First, check for the D mint mark on the front of the coin, below the year. Then, inspect the coin closely for any signs of doubling on the date or Lincoln's profile. If you spot any unusual features, consider having your coin professionally graded, as this could significantly impact its value. If you're interested in selling, you might wonder where to start. The best options are auction houses or online coin marketplaces where collectors and investors actively search for rare coins like the 1970 D penny. Top-tier auction houses can attract serious buyers who are willing to pay top dollar for coins in excellent condition or with unique minting errors. Online platforms such as eBay and Etsy also provide opportunities for private sellers to reach a global audience of coin enthusiasts. In conclusion, the 1970 D Lincoln penny with the D mint mark is more than just a penny. It's a piece of history and a potential treasure worth up to $1.4 million. We're diving into the fascinating world of valuable coins, and you're not going to believe this. A 2003 Lincoln penny with no mint mark could be worth up to $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. That penny in your pocket change or tucked away in an old jar might just be hiding some serious value. So, let's explore why this coin could be so valuable, what makes it unique, and what you need to look for. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to check on your 2003 pennies to see if they could be your ticket to a small fortune. Now, you might be wondering why the 2003 penny. What sets this particular year apart, and why is it grabbing so much attention from collectors? First, let's talk a little about the basics of the 2003 Lincoln penny. This penny features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But it's not just any penny from 2003 that holds potential value. It's those with specific characteristics and errors that collectors are hunting for. So, what makes a 2003 no mint mark penny worth $1.5 million? One of the primary reasons is rarity. While millions of pennies were minted in 2003, only a select few have the unique traits or errors that increase their value. No mint mark means that this penny was minted in Philadelphia, as Philadelphia doesn't use a mint mark on its pennies. Generally, no mint mark doesn't make a penny particularly rare, but there are certain 2003 pennies with unique characteristics or errors that drive up their value significantly. When we talk about coin errors, we're discussing instances where something went wrong during the minting process, resulting in coins that differ from the standard issue. In the case of the 2003 no mint mark penny, some of the most valuable coins exhibit errors like doubling, die cracks, or unusual discolorations. Double die errors, for example, occur when the coin design is accidentally stamped twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the letters, numbers, or images. This is a highly sought-after error by collectors and can increase a penny's value by thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, if you have a 2003 penny, you'll want to inspect it closely for any signs of doubling, especially around the words and numbers on both sides of the coin. Another potential error to look out for is die cracks. A die crack occurs when the die used to stamp the design onto the coin becomes cracked. This creates a raised line or break on the surface of the coin, often appearing like a small vein or fracture. Die cracks can vary in size and location, and while they might seem minor, they can add significant value, especially on pennies from years like 2003 that are known for such errors. Sometimes, even a slight die crack in a prominent area can make a big difference in the coin's overall value. Beyond errors, there's also the possibility of unique colorations or toning. Some 2003 pennies may have developed unusual colors due to the metal composition reacting with the environment over time. This can give the coin a distinctive look that appeals to collectors. While toning alone may not be enough to raise a penny's value to $1.5 million, it can certainly enhance its appeal if combined with other errors or unique features. So, how can you check if your 2003 penny has any of these rare characteristics? Start by carefully examining the coin under good lighting and possibly with a magnifying glass or loupe. Look closely at the lettering and numbers to spot any signs of doubling. Check the edges and surface for any cracks or unusual marks. If you think you've found a coin with any of these traits, it might be worth having it professionally graded. Professional grading services can give you an official certification of your coin's condition and rarity, which is crucial if you want to sell it to collectors or at auction. Coins that have been professionally graded tend to fetch higher prices because buyers trust the certification of quality and authenticity. For those of you who are new to coin collecting, it's important to note that coins are graded on a scale that ranges from poor to mint condition. The better the condition, the higher the grade, and generally the higher the value. If your 2003 penny with no mint mark is in excellent condition and has a desirable error, you could be looking at a life-changing sum of money. Now, you might be asking, where can you sell a valuable 2003 penny if you think you have one? There are several avenues for selling rare coins. Coin auctions, either online or in person, are a popular option where high-value coins are frequently sold. We're diving into an incredible topic about a coin that's been making headlines among collectors and investors alike. That's right, we're talking about the 1972 Lincoln penny without a mint mark that could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Now, before you go digging through your change jars or old penny collections, let's break down everything you need to know about this particular penny, why it's so valuable, and what to look for if you think you might have one of these rare treasures. To start, let's talk a bit about the history of the 1972 Lincoln penny. In 1972, the United States Mint produced millions of pennies. However, there's a specific detail that sets this penny apart and makes it so valuable. It's a type of error that occurred in the production process, creating a unique version of the penny that is highly sought after by collectors. What makes it truly rare and valuable isn't just its age, but the fact that it features something called a double die error. Now, if you're not familiar with the term, a double die error happens when the coin is struck by a die that has been accidentally engraved with the design twice, creating a doubling effect on the coin's details. The 1972 Lincoln penny is one of the most famous coins with this kind of error. It's not just a subtle mistake either. The doubling can be seen with the naked eye in some cases. The areas where this doubling is most noticeable are on the inscriptions "In God We Trust" at the top, "Liberty" on the left side of Lincoln's portrait, and the date 1972 at the bottom right. These doubled letters and numbers make the coin stand out immediately to anyone who knows what they're looking for. Now, let's talk about value. This 1972 no mint mark double die penny can vary significantly in price depending on its condition. Typically, collectors use a grading scale to determine the condition of a coin, with the highest grade being mint state, which means the coin is essentially in the same condition as when it was struck at the mint. Lower grade examples of this penny can still sell for hundreds of dollars, but a higher grade version, especially one graded MS-65 or higher, could easily bring in tens of thousands of dollars at auction. But how do we get from thousands to the staggering figure of $1.6 million? This kind of price tag is usually associated with pennies that are not only high-grade but also display a particularly strong and clear double die error. These are rare finds and extremely coveted in the collecting world. The exact amount a collector is willing to pay depends on how prominent the error is and the overall condition of the coin. In the case of the record-breaking 1972 Lincoln penny, it was in pristine condition and had one of the strongest examples of the doubling error ever seen. If you're looking to determine whether you have a valuable 1972 penny, the first thing you should do is carefully examine the coin for signs of the doubling error. A magnifying glass or loupe can be helpful, but many of these errors are so strong that you might even be able to spot them without one. Look closely at "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and 1972 for any signs that the letters or numbers are doubled. If you see any of these details, you could be holding a penny that's worth much more than 1 cent. Once you believe you have a 1972 double die penny, the next step is to get it professionally graded. Grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can authenticate and grade the coin for you. This step is essential because having the coin authenticated by a reputable grading service can significantly increase its value and make it more attractive to potential buyers. Now, you might wonder why a simple penny could be worth this much. The truth is that collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for coins with unique features, especially errors like double dies. This 1972 penny is a prime example of how minting mistakes can sometimes lead to incredible value. These coins hold historical significance and have become valuable rarities over time, representing a moment in the mint's production process that wasn't supposed to happen. These factors combined make this 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny one of the most famous error coins out there to SO. Is it possible that one of these pennies could be hiding in your pocket change? Absolutely. Many of these pennies are still in circulation, and while finding one in pristine condition is rare, it's not impossible. People have found valuable coins in everyday pocket change before, and you never know until you look. We'll be diving into the fascinating world of valuable coins and specifically focusing on one of the most intriguing finds for collectors and enthusiasts, the 2006 D Lincoln penny. If you happen to have a penny from 2006 with a D mint mark on it, then you're in the right place because you might be holding a coin that could potentially be worth up to an astonishing $1.7 million in today's market. The 2006 D Lincoln penny is notable for being one of those coins that doesn't immediately catch the eye as a rare collectible. In general, 2006 pennies aren't thought of as old or vintage enough to seem rare or valuable, but in certain conditions and under the right circumstances, this particular penny has gained attention among collectors and buyers, elevating its worth way beyond face value. What makes the 2006 D Lincoln penny so valuable? There are a few key reasons. First, let's talk about its condition. Like with any collectible, condition is one of the most critical factors in determining a coin's value. Coins that are in mint or near mint condition, meaning they show little to no signs of wear, scratches, or other damage, are considered to be in a high grade. The highest graded coins, known as mint state or MS, are the ones that attract the most interest from collectors. For the 2006 D penny to reach values even close to $1.7 million, it would need to be in an exceptionally high grade, often at or above MS68. Such coins are rare because even a small scratch, nick, or bit of tarnish can significantly lower the grade and value of a coin. Next, there are known errors and varieties for the 2006 D Lincoln penny that add even more value. Coin errors can range from doubling in the lettering, known as a double die error, to off-center strikes and other unusual characteristics that can happen during the minting process. These errors are relatively rare and highly prized because they're accidental variations that make each coin unique. Collectors seek out these error coins because they add character and distinction to their collections. In some cases, an error coin can make the difference between a penny that's worth a few cents and one that's valued in the thousands or even millions. So, if you have a 2006 D penny, it's worth taking a close look to see if any errors are present. A professional coin grading service or even a high-quality magnifying glass can help you check for these features. Another reason behind the high value of the 2006 D Lincoln penny in today's market is demand. Coin collecting has become increasingly popular, with many people realizing that they may have valuable coins hiding in plain sight. This increase in demand, combined with the limited supply of top-quality, high-grade coins, has pushed the prices higher. Buyers and collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that stand out, and the 2006 D Lincoln penny, especially one with errors or in top condition, has become one of the coins they're after. Now, let's get into how you can determine if your 2006 D Lincoln penny could potentially be worth a significant amount. Start by examining the overall appearance and condition. Does it have a strong luster or shine that's typical of newer, uncirculated coins? Is there any visible wear or scratching? Then, look at the details under magnification. Pay close attention to the lettering and numbers, especially the date and the D mint mark. Look for any signs of doubling in the letters or numbers, which would indicate a double die variety. Check for any off-center strikes or other unusual characteristics that could make your coin unique. Any of these features could drastically increase its value. Once you've checked for these initial signs, consider sending the coin to a professional grading service, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These services will provide an official grade for your coin and certify any errors, which can greatly increase its resale value. A certified, high-grade 2006 D Lincoln penny with any kind of error can fetch impressive prices at auctions or among collectors. If you're wondering where to sell a valuable coin like this, there are several options available. Coin shows and conventions are excellent places to meet collectors and dealers who are serious about buying rare and valuable coins. Online auction sites, such as eBay or heritage auctions, offer platforms where you can reach a global audience of potential buyers. Additionally, you might consider working with a reputable coin dealer who can offer expert guidance and help you connect with collectors who are specifically interested in pennies from this period. We're diving deep into one of the most exciting finds in coin collecting history, the 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a penny that could be worth as much as $1.8 million. You heard that right. A simple penny that might just be hiding in your pocket change could hold incredible value. In this video, we'll explore what makes the 1967 Lincoln penny so special, how to identify the rare versions, and what collectors are looking for that could make your penny worth a fortune. So, why is the 1967 Lincoln penny so valuable? The answer lies in its unique history. In 1967, the U.S. Mint produced pennies with no mint mark. This lack of a mint mark can create some interesting circumstances in the world of coin collecting, especially with coins that were made with certain errors or unique features. Due to high demand and other factors, these pennies were mass-produced, but very few of them came out with the specific conditions and errors that make them so valuable today. First things first, let's talk about identifying this rare coin. A genuine 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny worth significant money will generally show certain characteristics. Look for any signs of doubling, particularly on the obverse side of the coin. Doubling occurs when there's an error in the die, which is the tool used to strike a coin's design onto a blank metal piece. This doubling is commonly found on letters and numbers, especially on the word Liberty or the date 1967 itself. If you notice any doubling on your penny, it's time to start getting excited because this could add significant value. Another aspect to consider is the coin's condition. Like all coins, the value of the 1967 penny can dramatically increase based on its condition. A coin that's been in circulation for a long time might show wear and tear, but if you find one in mint or near mint condition, you're looking at a substantial increase in its value. The less wear, the better. Collectors prefer coins with sharp, clear details and no signs of damage. So if you have a 1967 penny that looks almost brand new, it could be a top contender for a high market value. Now let's discuss why some 1967 pennies with no mint mark can reach such jaw-dropping prices. Beyond doubling errors and condition, certain versions of this coin can have die breaks or cracks. Die breaks are essentially small cracks or lines that appear on a coin due to a damaged die, making each coin unique and therefore more desirable to collectors. In some cases, coins with noticeable die breaks or unique markings from the striking process can become extremely rare because they're -a kind. In the current market, 1967 Lincoln pennies with no mint mark in perfect condition and with these specific errors have been known to sell for up to $1.8 million. The reason for such high values is due to the rarity of these coins and the competition among collectors to own these unique pieces. The 1967 penny is a part of U.S. history, a relic from an era that holds nostalgia and value for collectors who appreciate both its story and its rarity. So, what should you do if you think you have one of these rare coins? First, take a close look at your penny using a magnifying glass. Examine the coin carefully for any doubling, die breaks, or cracks that may increase its value. If your penny looks promising, consider getting it professionally graded. Organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can authenticate and grade your coin, which can significantly boost its value when you're ready to sell. When it comes to selling, you have several options. Auctions are a great way to showcase rare coins, especially if you have one in pristine condition or with unique features. Major coin auctions attract high-end collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for exceptional pieces. You could also reach out to online marketplaces dedicated to coin collectors, but be cautious and make sure you're working with reputable buyers. To recap, the 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is a true hidden treasure. With the right combination of features and condition, this simple penny could be worth up to $1.8 million. Remember to check for doubling on the letters and date, examine the coin's overall condition, and look for die cracks or breaks that make your penny unique. If you think you have a valuable 1967 penny, take the time to get it graded and explore your selling options to make the most of this incredible find. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare and valuable coins, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to stay up to date with all our latest videos on coins worth money.